Very cute. Hey, and welcome back to Cebu City. And in today's video I'm going to take you on a walking tour and discover... Hello! In today's video I'm going to take you on a walking tour through Cebu City, and we're going to discover the rich history of the city. There's lots to talk about and lots to learn. This is the oldest city in the Philippines, so let's check it out. And of course that's a major photo spot. That mango was smiling at me. No? The killing of Ferdinand Magellan. Manga Maganda. Aha! Absolutely delicious. And this is of course a major site that you don't want to miss when coming here to Cebu City. Lapu-Lapu, the chief of the indigenous warriors.
We always do smile.
The oldest Catholic church in the country.
Smile is for exercise for you still getting younger.
Some of the cannons are pointing directly at the blue building. As a bonus, you're going to see all these fire trucks here.
Oldest street in the whole country in the Philippines.
It's not the prettiest street that you find in Cebu. This is very impressive. Is this the oldest place to have Ngohiong here in Cebu? This is really beautiful here. Birthplace of Sergio Osmena, and I'm standing in front of the wishing well. Oh wow!
This is the art.
That's ingenious. I highly recommend you check this out when you're in Cebu. Hey! How you doing?
Okay.
All right. Check out those warehouses. This one's from 1921. This one's from 1957. But Cebu is even older than that. Let's check out the Basilica del Santo Nino, which is the oldest Catholic church in the country. Have a look. Alright, I've reached Plaza Independencia, which might be the beating heart of Cebu City. The city hall is just right behind me. And here we have the Colegio de Santo Nino. But maybe the place that most visitors come to see is Magellan's cross, and of course that's a major photo spot. Let's check it out. So on the 21st of April in 1521, Ferdinand Magellan planted a wooden cross here at this very site. The cross that you see now is encasing that original cross in this very spot. And this is of course a major site that you don't want to miss when coming here to Cebu City. Mercy and passion could be seen as the motto of the Basilica del Santo Nino, which was founded in 1565 and still brings many locals here to worship on a daily basis. I pretty like the ancient paintings, the stained glass windows, and the very beautiful archways that underpin the architecture that is really awe-inspiring. The story of this basilica is that it was founded in 1565 when an exhibition of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi anchored here, and one of the members of the exhibition team found an image of Jesus on this very site, and that was the starting point of this basilica, which underwent several iterations. It has been destroyed and rebuilt numerous times throughout the centuries. This particular basilica dates back to 1735 and was given the title of Basilica Minora in 1965. Beautiful cathedral, and the square in front of the cathedral is quite large. It almost feels like a small stadium, and I assume there's quite a few outdoor masses that fill up the square to the last inch. But I'm now going to head to the next historical marker here in Cebu City. This unassuming site, which is currently just a fenced-in piece of land, is the birthplace of Sergio Osmeña, who was the president of the Philippine Commonwealth from 1944 to 1946. Just a couple of blocks away from the Basilica, you get to the Plaza Independencia, and I see that in front of me now. Check it out. The Independence Plaza might be the most beautiful park here in Cebu City. It's really a bit of an oasis of serenity, and it gets you away from the hustle and bustle of the adjacent parts of the city. This walkway is called the Memory Lane, and I'm standing in front of the wishing well. There must be all kinds of fairy tale references here. But look at the beautiful greenery here in this park. There are a few trees and palm trees, and today is a bit of a cloudy day, so the sun doesn't hit all too bad. But I could imagine that on a sunny day there's not that much shade here. The park planners must have designed this park with lots of Instagrammable places in mind. There's lots of photo opportunities that you can take here in this park. Quite beautiful. Here, isn't that nice? And I imagine this park must look really nice in the evening as well, when everything is lit up. I've now arrived at the Fort San Pedro, which is right next to the Independence Square. So very convenient. Let's have a look.
We have entrance fee, 30 pesos.
Yes, 30 pesos, huh? So the fortress definitely feels tiny. Might be one of the smallest fortresses I've ever seen. But walls that protect against the enemies are quite thick. And I love how this fort has been maintained. Look at how pristine everything's kept. Let's go up the walls. The fort is shaped in a triangle, but has some extensions on the far ends, and those extensions contain the cannons, which are still visible here. Pretty cool. And interestingly enough, the cannons are not only facing seaside, but they're also facing towards the city. The Fort San Pedro, or Fuerte de San Pedro, is a military defense structure built by the Spanish under the command of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. It's right next to the Plaza Independencia in the pier area of the city. The original fortress was made out of wood and built after the arrival of Legazpi. Later on in the early 17th century, a stone fort was built to repel Muslim raiders. The structure you can see today dates from 1738 and is the oldest triangular bastion fort in the country. It really serves as the nucleus of the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines and was used as a stronghold against several attacks by the Filipino revolutionaries. The fortress is fairly small. It's really only a tiny structure, much smaller, for example, than the Fort Santiago you can visit in Manila. On the other hand, I feel it's pretty well preserved, so definitely worth a visit. It's definitely a nice place to just stroll around and enjoy the beautiful atmosphere here. It's a bit of a pity that you don't have a view on the ocean from this fortress. Obviously, back in the days, behind this blue architectural monstrosity lies the ocean. I don't know who had the idea to build this blue mariner's court right in front of this fortress. I think that's a very bad idea, and it might not be a coincidence that some of the cannons are pointing directly at the blue building. There's a small art gallery in here, really only one room, with some artworks of Emmanuel Pañares, who's a Cebuano artist. And you can judge for yourself, check it out. This is really beautiful here, and I have a hard time leaving this serene place. But there's one more historical place I want to show you, and then I have to get some food, so stay tuned for that. That mango was smiling at me. No? A smiling mango, no? Yeah. All right. How much is the mango?
50.
50. The smiling mango.
Smiling mango.
Yes. How do you say smiling in Tagalog?
Maganda.
Maganda. Manga maganda. Aha. Thank you. Bye-bye. Nothing better than mango, and since mango is a big thing here in Cebu, these must be really good. Wow, this is good mango. So nice. This is always refreshing and the perfect snack. Alright, I've now reached the Heritage of Cebu monument, which is quite a massive monument that has been built in 2000, so not that long ago, to commemorate the historical contributions of the Cebuano people to the Philippine nation. And it's quite beautiful and large, which sits on a traffic island just behind a fire station. So have a look. The monument sits right at the Parian Square, which is at the heart of the former old town of Cebu City. Parian is derived from pari-pari, which means to barter and trade. And this area of the city used to be inhabited by wealthy Chinese traders, and there's quite a few villas of Chinese trade families around this area, and some of them can be visited. At least one of them I know is a historical building that has been turned into a museum. I believe this scenery shows the killing of Ferdinand Magellan in 1521 on the island of Mactan by Lapu-Lapu, the chief of the indigenous warriors. So there's lots of scenes all around this monument. This, I assume, shows the Spanish bringing Christianity onto the islands. Quite a nice monument. You can walk all around it. It is fenced up, but it's open for visits, so do check it out when you're here. As a bonus, you're going to see all these fire trucks here at the Pari station. This is the Yap Sandiego house, which is an original wooden structure from one of the rich Chinese merchant dynasties. There were quite a few of these traditional family houses that were built in this area, but only very few are to visit, and this is one that you can visit. It is open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Let's check it out. How old is this building?
1675, sir.
1675.
347 years old now.
Wow. And it's all still original?
Yeah,
Yes?
part of original, sir. Coral stones, flooring, stairs, and roof. Especially the post. But
Okay.
other side is we have our minor renovation.
Okay,
already.
and
That's why
the-
we have entrance. We use that for maintenance.
That makes
Chemical
sense.
treatment for termites. Yeah.
The furniture is all dates back from that time?
Yeah.
or?
No, actually, sir. The house itself is part of 1675. But the artifacts here came from the other generations of the family and years also. Different
Okay.
years. From 17th century until 1920s. It was
Very
owned by
nice.
different generations. So
Excellent.
this couple here, this couple, Mr. Val Sandiego, the present owner, 60 years old and 58 years old. This couple here, every weekends they still sleep here using the bedroom.
Oh,
upstairs.
really?
The reason why?
Uh-huh.
Two reasons. First, they don't want this house to be totally abandoned, and until now privately owned by the family. This is the wooden basin before, and this glass is of the fisherman, fishnet floater.
Oh.
Wooden basin, fishnet floater, and typical Chinese hat made of pumpkin skin.
Oh, wow. Pumpkin skin, huh?
Yes, squash. This is the old kennel, service of the family before.
Wow.
From here to crossing over Mapan for trading.
This was used, huh? In the...
Yes, before. And this one also, sir. Of course, same old to the house. It's a 14 feet deep well. Drinking water well before, but now we only use for watering our plants.
There's like the little
Yeah, it's a
chicks.
native
Huh?
chicken.
Oh, they
That's
are
what
so
Chinese
cute.
chicken.
How old are they? They must be like
Yeah.
very young, huh? She's angry. She's
Yeah.
protecting them, huh?
Yeah. Suffer.
That makes sense. Oh, wow, yeah.
Careful, careful. Hello.
This is very impressive.
By the way, my name's Lloyd. So this is how life Filipino is, that a lot of the culture belong to have it, because when the Christianity came, that's the time that we are changed a lot. But before the Christianity came, we are a native Moro people living in this country to do gardener, fishermen, and then each of the native Filipino have their wearing gold, because there are many invaders to come here in this island.
Okay.
Or there are many foreign people to do trading. That's why Cebu is originally called it Zubu turned into Cebu.
Zubu.
Zubu is originally
And what does Cebu stand for?
wave of the sea.
The wave of the sea.
Each of the native Filipino are wearing gold, because gold for us is protecting for the evil spirits. This is how the culture Filipino, because we are not Christian yet. We are believing with God of the sun, God of the spirits, God of nature, God of all the statues that we are.
Yeah, gold played a very important role in the country, right? I saw it in the Ayala Museum in Manila, the gold collection there, and
The gold collection was supposed to be here in Cebu, in the Philippines, spreading around the world, around the Philippines. This is how they look like Colon, the oldest street in the whole country in the Philippines, biggest street. Sadu, Filipino, when we found you or see you or saw you, when you arrive in this country, we always do smile. Smile is for exercise, for you're still getting younger and younger.
very nice.
This is how life.
That's a great way to live life. no?
Yeah,
With a
it's-
big smile on your face.
But hatred is more angry for our heart and killing for our heart and our mind. So what did the Filipino? Smiling,
Yeah.
and then having welcome for you to
That's
have
nice.
it this country. That's
I
why
like
when you
smiling.
arrive, some other foreign people arrive here, they feel great and make relaxing.
Yeah, that's
This
very
is how
true.
life Filipino is.
What
Okay,
if-
this is the original structures of the house. What we haven't learned so much by the Spanish is the wood carving. What we haven't learned so much by the Spanish also is the religious belief, and also the tiles. We call it the tigola.
Oh, this is done without any nails. This
No
house.
nails. We use connecting like Lego. They used to join together, and no nails in the floor. We use the wooden peg that we have it. Then if you notice, most of the wood that we have it here like this is the eye of the wood. We don't cover that, because it's possible that you have so much busy in the kitchen and you heard people downstairs stealing all your things downstairs because they have a lot of things that they haven't. Try to look here. That's our CCTV back in the days. When American came, they let it give it to us this one. This is called a carnival glass. They give it to you, but one condition: you must play the game bingo.
Oh,
If you
okay.
win bingo, you get a prize.
Oh.
That's why we Filipino people are gambler. Gambler is for fun for us to enjoy your life. This is what we get here. This one is a game of Filipinos, more popular here. We call it, this one is a sungka.
Sungka?
Sungka.
Sungka.
Yeah. Similar from Indonesia, similar from also from Malaysia and all the other countries. In Africa
I've
also
seen it in Africa, in
Yeah.
Tanzania, and
They call it
in
kalaha.
East Africa.
They call it kalaha
Yeah,
in Africa. Similar in this, but different style.
Yeah.
But we have similar, because you know what? If you are realizing, recapping back in the days, the country in the Philippines are near from Africa, near from Indonesia, because in the Philippines country are Polynesians. That's why we are similar from Hawaii and Guam. Because the country in the Philippines, not they call it Philippines, we are call it the Kingdom of Maharlika. Now, when we adopted already the culture of the Chinese, that we saw something different, that we make some mixing of the Spanish, that we have it call it the lazy Susan. Have you heard it, the lazy Susan?
Oh yeah, the lazy Susan. Yeah.
This is called it the lazy
Yeah, you
Susan.
can turn it. Yeah.
Turn it around, but the whole table will be turned around. This is the original lazy Susan that we have. When you sitting down like this, back in the days, our great grandparents always sit down in this chair, lean back and put the legs up. This is for relaxing. But what we found back in the days, they used to have it deliver baby for women originally.
Okay.
That's why we changed a lot to make it a rocking chair, to make it a relaxing like this. That's why Filipino people have always a nap. Nap is good for us for having a few hours or a few minutes.
That's like the siesta that the
Yes,
Spanish
siesta
have.
in
Huh?
Spanish.
Yeah.
That's why they have it. This one is the hot chocolate. Cacao was grown in the Philippines, brought by Mexican. And this is for the mixing of the chocolate.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this
yeah.
one is a flat iron, the original one.
Oh, okay.
This one is the whisk.
Uh-huh.
Whisk for the egg beater. Instead you do like this, but this one is different. You hold here, hold this one, you pull up.
Oh wow.
This is the art.
That's ingenious.
Yeah. This is how made of Filipino people, but this one is not original. They used to be, a wood is made by a crossing like flipper like this. This is how they do create the Filipino.
Wow.
Wash the dishes, wooden sink, drain the water. That's the jar used to cold water. It's made by clay. If ever there's a plant's grown a little bit, it's most that we are not remove that one because that's the purpose of the filtering of the water inside.
Okay.
And then widely open windows. If you have a party, and then you having like forget your neighbors to invite them, this is the time that you're calling there. That's why for most Filipino people are always shouting and shouting. Shouting is just calling for you. It's not the fighting so much of that. Now we have a center table that have the flowers made by nautilus shells. This is nautilus. This is made by fish scales. Then all the shells, and all the shells here are broken shells, and also the shells that we are creating.
That's unbelievable.
This one is the art because during back days we don't have a fresh flower. So what we have is the idea of Filipino.
You know, now that you say it, I see it. But I thought these were dried flowers initially. You know, when you just on the first look, I thought they were real flowers, but they're actually shells.
It's a shell. That's the art.
Amazing. Oh yeah. So
This is made of shell. And also that one, the shell, it's the window. It's made by a shell. That's Capi's window. We'll look at that. It's add-on brightening to your surrounding. It means you're too dark, it's too light, and your surrounding in the area in your room is too dark. It means add-on brightening to your surrounding. And that's how they do it. And this is our costume wearing during the Sinulog Festival here in Cebu in the month of January. Came here, he used to do dancing the Sinulog Festival.
what an impressive museum.
Yeah, this is a residence of the family. They let it open to the public in 2008. I hope you are so gladly enjoying my tour.
Absolutely.
And
Let me
enjoying
give you a
this
little-
area so much.
Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
No, thank you. I really enjoyed your tour.
Thank
you.
so
Huh?
much also.
Thank you.
Happy
Have a good day. Huh?
sharing.
All right.
Happy
Bye bye.
sharing. Thank you. Bye.
This was a really impressive tour. A little bit unexpected, very detailed. It lasted almost half an hour. I didn't give you the entire spiel, but that was really impressive. I learned so much about the Filipino culture, the lifestyle of the people, and the rich history of the country. I highly recommend you check this out when you're in Cebu. So I'm going to take you to my last stop on my little tour here through Cebu City, and that will be Colon Street, which may be the most famous street in Cebu, if not in all of the Philippines. It is the oldest street of the Philippines, and it features some really good food. I'm going to check that out now. Colon Street has certainly seen better days. It's not the prettiest street that you find in Cebu, but it might be one of the most happening. I'm gonna walk into a side street of Colon because I'm in search of the special lumpia that this region is famous for, and that is the Chinese Ngohiong. And I think I found the place. So this is just a small parallel street to Colon Street, and this is the birthplace of Ngohiong here in Cebu City. If I manage to cross the street, we'll check it out. Hello, how are you? All right. Could I get some Ngohiong? Is there pork in it? No pork. Only vegetables. I like that. Okay, 2 please.
What else?
What do you recommend?
Meatball, liver, liver of chicken.
Which ones?
This one.
What is this one?
Oh, like this one.
This one. What is that?
Chicken's liver.
Okay, I'll try it. 1 please.
What?
That's it. All right. How much?
72.
72. Thank you.
This is your sauce and drugs.
Thank you. So, how long does this restaurant exist?
It started during 1990s. Oldest restaurant here?
No, the oldest place to have.
This one. Maybe this one.
Probably this one, huh? You guys are inventing this, see? Is this the oldest place to have Ngohiong here in Cebu? Okay, this is gonna be my first Ngohiong. I'm super excited. I was looking forward to this place, and I'm gonna dunk this right into this sauce, which seems to be like a rich sweet and sour sauce. Oh wow, those are delicious. It's a sweet and spicy sauce, and it has quite a kick to it. It goes really well together with the Ngohiong. They're super crunchy, nicely deep fried, and the inside filling is all about veggies. So yummy, absolutely delicious. With all this yumminess, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed my little tour through the historic part of Cebu City. I learned a lot during my walkthrough here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. What's your favorite food here in Cebu City? And if you haven't done so yet, please also check out my other videos in the beautiful Philippines and subscribe to my channel. And I hope I see you next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.